Good morning, everyone out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a beautiful Saturday morning. Come on in, like the video, share, start a watch party. If you have not liked my Build Your Best Life page, please like it. Some of you have liked my regular page. However, you don't get the notifications or whatever, and I cannot tag you because you have not liked the Build Your Best Life page itself. So please, if you have not, please like the Build Your Best Life page. Thank you so much, and good morning again. This is a beautiful morning, like I said, Saturday morning in December. I'm so happy to have you here with me this morning. You know, obstacles come against our young people each and every day in some form or fashion. Some are generational curses, homelessness, financial issues, lack of education, learning disabilities, bullying, and so many more. Well, my platform, Build Your Best Life, is designed to assist high school age and young adult males, but so many more, as you follow my basic principles in order to build your best lives. You see, I believe it is better to train early rather than to fix later. So that is why I do this. I am trying to assist our young people in being so much better because I know that you can do so much. Good morning, Shonda. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And thank you again for Tuesday night. That was such a blessing. Great, great, great interaction. A couple announcements. As you know, the end of the year is coming up. We're getting close to Christmas. Two things for next Saturday, the 18th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my regular time. We're going to have our Chucks for Pearls and Earls. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see our live in last quarter, but we get together every quarter, and it is Anastasia Smith from Nassau, Bahamas, Anita Cummins from Thompson, Georgia, and Kara Crockett from Dallas, Texas. So we get together, and that's Chucks for Pearls and Earls. And so we would like for you to tune in next Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 11, I'm hosting an event, Give the Gift That Keeps on Giving. What is that? Now, you know, a lot of times we give gifts and people, it's a gift card, okay? They can use it as soon as possible. It's gone. We buy them clothing and shoes. They may wear them for a while. They may go out of style. It may be something they didn't really like and they didn't take it back. So it sits in the closet. You buy them something to use for the house. They already had one, so it goes in the closet. Sometimes people re-gift. Excuse me. But things, there are things that are gifts and they keep giving. And what is that? Okay, a book for one thing. Build Your Best Life. I've written this book. And then the services that I offer as well. So I am going to be encouraging you and explaining all of the services that I do offer, which is coaching, consultations, speaking, and webinar speaking. And this is to get out there and help so many more. But what a wonderful gift you can give to a young person. It could be your child, your grandchild, a neighbor, a student, a young man going to his first job. Excuse me. Their support systems, because again, the book is not just for young men. It can help each and every one of us, but definitely our young people and their support systems. And so come and get the information, and that's going to be next Saturday beginning at 11 a.m. Not going to be on very long. I'm going to have guests on that want to showcase their small businesses as well. If you have a small business and you would like to join us, please contact me. I'll have my information up later on in the broadcast. But I wanted to tell you about those things. And also on Tuesday will be Educators Chat with Irene Case of Dallas, Texas. So please tune in for that. And that'll be Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, thank you so much. And good morning, Dan and Shonda again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to get started here. As you know, my theme for December is stepping into the future. Stepping into the future, because what? 2022 is right around the corner, and it doesn't take you long to get there. So I'm going to focus on those things that will assist us in getting to 2022 and doing the things that we say. You know, each year, most people, I guess about 95% of people, say there's at least one thing they want to improve on, start doing, such as walking, other type of exercising, reading, meditating, journaling, reaching out to individuals, doing more volunteer work, doing more mission work. And we say we're going to do these things, and someone asks, do you have a New Year's resolution? Are you doing anything new for the new year? And you can blurt that out. But it's just in the atmosphere. There's no action required. So I've been giving tips, and I will continue to give tips this month to assist you in getting those things done. You say that you want to do them, make them concrete. That's a goal for you. Write it down. Put it where you can see it, do all those type things. And then different aids or skills, attributes that we can learn to go along in 2022 that will help us to be better. Because on this platform, it's all about being better. And, you know, often I talk about being a lifelong learner. And as a part of that, I attend Toastmasters, and I've been a member of Toastmasters. I think I started in, I don't know, 2004 maybe. And then when I retired in 2014, I became ill right after that. So I stopped for a while, and then I rejoined a different Toastmasters group in 2019. I love it. And when I say that you can learn, it's not all about, you know, giving speeches or learning how to communicate, but it teaches you all about all aspects of communication, which is listening. Listening is a big part of communication. Watching that body language, all those nonverbals, voice tone. But I did give a speech on this past Tuesday, and I was just excited about it. I was passionate about it. And I got best speaker. But, you know, we can always do those things that will help us to continue to learn, no matter what age you are, from 0 to 99. You know, we've even heard of people over 100 getting their college degrees for the first time. So you're never too old to learn. So think about it. But anyway, this morning, check. Can you hear me now? Check. Can you hear me now? What does this mean? You are talking. How many have had conversations where you say something and you talk plainly, you enunciate very well, you use good grammar, and you say something, but when it gets back to you, they're answering something that you did not ask, or they're just looking at you, and it's like, did you hear me? Well, yes. And they respond, well, you're not really answering the question that I asked. You know, I asked you, are you going to the mall today? And you said, You know, I used to like to go to Regency, and then I transferred to the Avenues. But I like to do a lot of online shopping. But you didn't answer my question. My question was, are you going to the mall today? So what happened there? You were talking, you were plain, you were concise, but they didn't really hear you. Why? There was so much going on up here. They were either, trying to keep in their head what they wanted to ask you when you finished talking, or the million things they have to do, or an appointment they have later on, a conversation that they had earlier that didn't go so well. Something is going on and they are not really hearing you. So a lot of times you got to do a check. If it is something that is, and that's why a lot of friendships, marriages, relationships of all types break down because of lack of communication. And people will say, well, we were communicating. Someone was talking, but was the other person hearing what they were saying? Because you can talk to a person so long and feel like they are not listening to you, they're not hearing you. And, you just give up, like, I'm just going to be talking, it's going in one ear and out the other. They don't hear what I'm saying. So why waste my time talking? So again, communication is very careful. So you need to be able to receive what is being said. Because the person that you're talking to, you say, did you hear me? And they say, yes. Okay. So they did hear you. They had, you ever had, like you're in a movie and something starts happening and the words get all, or you're on Zoom or something and it starts to freeze. And so right before it freezes, you may miss a word or two. Well, a lot of times when people are not in the conversation, that's what happens. They hear something, but they don't hear, everything you said. And that's just like, the game that people used to play. And I think they still maybe do it for as an icebreaker at different activities. But it's where one person has a phrase and they can pull it out of a hat, or they can come up with it themselves. But they start with the phrase, and I might say, but I have a great day. I love you. And so that's what I say to the person next to me. Have a great day. I love you. And because they weren't really listening, they may tell the next person, great day. I love you. So they missed part of it. And by the time it comes back around to you, it is hilarious because it is not have most times it doesn't even have one word in it that you started out with. And that's because you're not doing that check. Can you hear me now? And when you say, can you hear me now? You want to make sure that they are engaged, they are really listening, and they understand what you are asking. If you missed Thursday night, Kara Cockett and I did our coffee chat, and in that we were talking about the reputation, but we were giving 7 reputation builders. And that was one thing that we talked about, that communication piece. So it is very essential when someone is talking to you that you're engaged, you're listening, you're leaning in. And, the example we gave, somebody comes to you, they really have a need. And so they feel like you're their friend, their sister, someone close to them that they can really talk to you. You're going to listen, you're going to understand, and you're not going to judge them. And if they don't ask for your opinion, they won't give it. If you do, if you ask, what would you do? What do you think? Then they'll respond. But otherwise, they're just going to be a good listener. And, you start talking and you can tell that, they are not really listening. And in their head is like what they're judging. They're forming an opinion of what you're saying. They're thinking about a time that something similar happened to them. So they're interrupting you. And anytime someone interrupts, unless they're interrupting to say, you have to talk up a little bit louder. I can't really understand you, or something like that. That's just rude. You don't interrupt someone when they have come to you to talk with you and they need for you to be all in. So you listen. You're looking at them. You're giving that body language that, hey, yes, I'm listening. You may nod every now and then, but you don't want to the whole time, But you may nod every now and then that, yes, I'm still here. I'm connected. You don't have to do the mic check because I'm connected. I'm listening to you. And when they finish, you may, put a hand on them and say, well, how are you doing? How is this making you feel? And they may say, I'm good. Well, if you are all in, you caught that drop of the head and the expression on the face changing when they said, I'm good. That doesn't look like good. If they were good, they would say, oh, I'm good. It's an issue, but I'm good. I've prayed about it and I'm good. It's just that I want to move on from it or something like that. But when you're all in, you're looking at that body language. And so you notice and you say back to them, okay, I'm here for you. If you don't want to discuss it, that's fine. But I asked you, how are you? And you said, good. But your voice and your face are saying something totally different. I'm here for you. I love you. I'm listening. Are you really good? You need to make sure that you are 100. So when they see that, hey, you are listening and paying attention, they may finish up what they were saying so that you can fully understand. And, that's why our suicide rate is up so high, because people are saying things. And because when we talk, we don't do the mic check, can't hear me. They're saying, they're calling out for help, but we're so busy not listening or waiting until we get a chance to say what we want to say that we are not catching it. They're crying out for help. We're not hearing. You have a child, all of a sudden they've gone to a new school or they're in a different environment, going away to college for the first time. Everybody does not cope when they go away from home. They may have been sheltered from a lot of things or treated a certain type way at home. And when they go away to school, they're not good. You need to be able to pick that up, even though you cannot see them. When you do those phone calls, that's why it's best not to just text them all the time. Have that phone call. Just checking on you this week. I know you don't want me calling you every day, but I'm checking in, try to find out how's it going? How's it going? How many people have you met? What are you up to? And if they were normally someone that was really bubbly, always excited, interested in certain topics, and you can tell it's this lull. Is there something you need to run by me? What's going on? And if they still talking kind of funny, well, when are you coming home? They have no plans to coming. You need to get in that car, that plane, whatever, and get to them so you can look in their face and you can talk to your child to find out what's going on. Do they need help? Because you don't want to not do that and then say, well, I know they were crying out for help. I know when I called, she just didn't sound right. He sounded like he was just at the end of his rope, and he's always so excited, you want to go out for sports. He said he wasn't, he signed up, but I don't know what happened, but he wasn't on a team. That doesn't sound right. Why did you not look into that more? So those are some of the things that you have to do. And we, like I said, we want to be better going forward. We don't need to stay where we are. We will always want to do better, be better, see better, understand better. So when you do that mic check, you are checking in, trying to find out, again, how people are doing. Are they doing better? Do they need help? Is someone calling out for you? Is there a friend that you hadn't touched bases with for a while and they are wanting to find out what's going on with you? What's going on with you? You need to be engaged. Good morning, Curly, Carol, and I think I saw somebody else. And Agnes, how are y'all this morning? Thank you for tuning in. You know, that's just like with a friend. Sometimes you don't see someone for a while. You used to seeing them. And I know we do a lot of things virtually, but as you do your virtual thing, it might be something that you do every week, every other week, every month or whatever. And if you've been seeing someone on there constantly and suddenly you don't see them, what are you supposed to do? So if I haven't seen Agnes or heard from Agnes in a while, am I supposed to call Carol and say, hey, Carol, you talk to Agnes? Carol, Agnes? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Oh, that's right. You just seen her on Zoom. You don't know. That's my friend. That's my friend. Oh, okay. Let me call Miss Curly. Miss Curly, have you seen Agnes? Did you talk to Agnes? Yeah, I've talked to her. Yeah. Oh, okay. She okay? Well, Curly and Agnes and I may not have the same type relationship. So what she may say to Miss Curly, she may not say to me, or vice versa. So if I'm missing her and that's supposed to be my friend, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to pick up the phone and call. Hey girl, what's up? I hadn't seen you. You call and check. You know, I hadn't seen you. I wasn't going to ask anybody else. I had to check on you, see what's going on. Make sure you're feeling okay. You need anything? What's going on? This is what you do. This is being better. We need to get out of the old habits of sitting around and trying to find out what someone else is thinking, what someone else is feeling. What are you thinking and seeing and feeling? Have you not seen your friend? Is it your friend? Check on them. Check on them. That's what we have to do. Oh, I like that, Miss Carol. Miss Carol says, I'm putting it up on the screen. Hope you can see it. The power of communication. No, I can't see that far. The power of communication. Go to the source directly. That is right. You go to the source. You know, because when you start calling other people, asking them questions or speculating and assuming, you just being gossipy and negative. You got to call people and ask them. You know, I had with someone that left our church and they were very visible at one time. And well, I didn't know how to contact them, but I called their mom. I said, hey, I wasn't going to ask anybody else. I don't know how to contact him. So I'm calling you and asking you, where is so-and-so? I've been missing them. And they explained to me, for their family, they had moved up to another church. Nothing was wrong. They didn't get their feelings hurt or anything like that. But for their small kids and what they were trying to seek from God, they could get that better. They felt somewhere else. Well, that's wonderful. They're trying to grow. But I didn't, go to this person and say, I ain't seen them in a while. Wonder where they are. But that's what we do. But we have to do that. Check. Can you hear me now? But you need to be communicating with who you need to communicate with, and you need to do that clearly. And when you do so, you need to listen and be all the way in and understand what it is that they are saying and if they need you. So what is it I said that you have to understand? Excuse me. You have to understand those words. Because if it's words that are not making sense, they're words that they don't normally use, they say in one sentence, they say one thing, and then you notice maybe 5 minutes later, they're contradicting what they said here. Okay, something not right. They're saying that they need to talk, but something's not right. It's not clear. And so then that's one of those times where you interrupt. He said, well, wait. I'm listening. And they'll understand you're listening when you say. Now, you just said that, and I have to make something up. You just said that she doesn't call you. You hadn't heard from her in 2 months. And earlier, I thought I heard you say y'all talk every day. So I'm kind of confused. Well, what I meant to say was we were close and we talked every day, but now, and it's been going on for about 6 months. And like right now, I haven't heard from her in 2 months. So you need to say, you need to make them realize what they're saying. They're not saying something that's consistent. And if they're going to ask you something, I want you to do something, you need to be clear. But they also need to be clear because, sometimes we are saying something's happened, but we are trying to, in our minds, portray it in a way that it is not so negative. It's bad, but we are trying to paint the picture that, well, it's bad, and I want you to help me, but, I don't want to tell you all of it. But are you confusing yourself? Are you being honest with yourself? Is there something that you have done that is causing what is going on as well? So that's another reason that we have to listen, because, sometimes we are going to say there's been a breakdown and this person has done X, Y, Z. And it's not that way at all. It is something that you have fallen short of. Yes, I agree with that, Carol. and then again, that body language. Now, this is something, if you got that child and they're away at school, something's going on with them, you're not going to be able to see that. But if you're having that conversation face to face, then you can notice that body language. A strong person that's always been there for somebody else, and nothing gets them down, and you see them and they just look like, oh my goodness, I'm just exhausted. If somebody blows, I'm just gonna fall down. What's going on with them? And we have a lot of mental health things that are going on. We have to address mental health, and that's something in certain cultures that people have shied away from for so many years, and people don't feel comfortable talking about that. But your mental health is so important. It's just as important as your physical health. So you have to, watch people's body language, what they're saying. And sometimes that might be something you have to say, well, I don't mind listening to you, and you can talk to God and he always listens. But if you don't mind, you ask me, and if you don't mind me saying, this is something that's been eating at you, and that was something that happened that, was devastating. So, in order to get that help and get to a better place, I really think you need to, maybe talk to a therapist, or, maybe you talk to your primary care doctor and they'll refer you, let you know, if it's a counselor or a therapist that maybe that you need to speak with. But be there for them, check that understanding of what their body and everything is saying. The voice tone, like I said earlier, you ask someone how they're doing, and they, oh, I'm good. So they were talking to you like this, and then all of a sudden you ask how they're doing. I'm good. The whole voice changes. Or you are just listening, and they're talking about this situation, and the more they talk about it, and I just thought about that, and and you can see that they're getting angry. So it is more than they're saying. the context of what they're saying. And that's what I gave the example of before. You know, they said that they hear from that person every day. And then later on, they said, you know, it had been 2 months. So that's not jiving. So you have to, you know, get that clear. And then those red flags, if people are communicating something, the child that's away, they're not sounding right, or somebody, you know, every time you call them, they're by themselves. They haven't talked to anybody on the phone. They haven't been anywhere. They haven't been outside. We haven't been outside. Okay, nobody's been in your house. I just want to make sure I'm clear. So you're saying nobody's been in your house in a month. You haven't been anywhere in a month. You haven't been outside. What about your mail? You haven't been getting your mail out of the mailbox? Okay. You talk to anybody on the phone? No. Both of your mailboxes full? Okay, something's wrong. That's a red flag. Now you need to get off your hind part and get over there and see what's wrong with that person. I don't care if it's your child, your friend, they say they don't want any company, whatever. That is a red flag. Something is going on and they need help. And you need to be there for them. If they have a family member and you know that family member, you might want to reach out. Hey, just talking to your sister and she hadn't been out of the house for a month and she hadn't seen anybody, talked to anybody. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, step over family. So, you know, is there any way that you can go by and check on that child? You get in the car and you drive and you go see what's going on, no matter what they tell you. You know, I had a situation, my son called and he's like, he's at, what is it, acute care. He doesn't want to go anywhere to a doctor. Normally doesn't take much medicine. You at acute care, well, what's going on? You need me to come? No. You sure you don't want me to come? No, ma'am. Then the child messed around and tell me throwing up blood. Oh my goodness. Okay, you want me to come? Okay, no problem. Wait, where are you now? You say you at a acute care center? Where is that? What street is that on? Cause why? Cause I'm putting it in my navigation system, my GPS. Cause I'm on the way. I'm not telling you I'm coming, but I'm on the way. You know? Who was it? Superman? I'm on the way. But I was on the way. But that was a red flag to me, you know. So you saying I'm okay, you can stay away, blah, blah, blah. But no, something's not right. So I'm, you know, I have to take care of that. I'm going to look into this. So this is some of the things that we need to do when we checking. And then this other thing that we are a lot of times forget is, what are they not saying? You know, we always concentrate on the words they're saying, the context and all of this. What is it they're not saying? Is it something that you would normally hear or you expect to hear and it's not being said? You know, if somebody, just as an example, I guess, somebody that whenever you talk to them, they are constantly saying that name. You know, so it would be like, I guess, if I was talking to my husband and I said, well, I didn't talk. He asked me a question about the two of my granddaughters, and I say, oh, I haven't talked to their mom today. Okay, and he might let that go. And so then the next day, if I don't mention my daughter-in-law, and then he says, have you talked to the girls today? Call? No, I haven't talked to you today. Okay, he gonna know something wrong now. But now, what's really going on? You know, because you know, I call her every day to check on the girls. Or if I call her, she doesn't answer because I know she gets really, really busy on her job. If she doesn't answer, I'll hang up. And then if she doesn't call me back later on that night, I might text her or something. But she's extremely busy. But he know if I'm not checking on them, there's something wrong. So then he might say, what do you mean you hadn't talked to her? Said, well, you know, I called yesterday. She didn't answer, so I knew she was busy. And then I got busy today, and I hadn't called yet. But we gonna talk tonight. Now she gonna text me. I'm gonna talk to her one, but he knows that that would be really, really strange if I didn't talk to her at least every other day or something like that, because I'm always checking on her. So, so what I'm saying is, by me not mentioning the girls or whatever, then that would be saying to him, okay, that's really weird. Deborah hadn't said anything about Natalia and Michaela today. I wonder why. That would be really, really strange. So sometimes those things that are not being said, you're like, okay, she always talking about every time you turn around, she talking about I don't know, Aubrey. Aubrey this and Aubrey that and Aubrey this and Aubrey that, and she took Aubrey here and she did this with Aubrey. She hadn't mentioned Aubrey in last 3 times I talked to her. What's going on? Is something wrong? So we pick up on all of that. And you might say, well, how is this going to help me in 2022? Because it's helping you to become better. We want to be better at listening, at doing things for people, being there for people. Yeah, it sounds agreeing with me. Yeah, what people are not saying, you know, if this you're somebody that's close to you, you can look at them and tell when they are tired, you know. So they might be all in doing those things that other people require them to do, but when you look at them and you can see, oh, they're tired. So it may not be something that you can do, but it may be give them a call. Hey, I'm going to the store. Is there something I can pick up for you? I don't have a problem bringing it to you. Send them a little text, thinking about you, giving you encouragement. Send them some hearts or whatever. Send them a card. You know, some people, I was about to say some of us, so some people still send cards, which is very, very nice. I like to get a card every now and then. But if you send cards, do that. But encourage that person. Let them know that, hey, you're not out there by yourself. I know what you're doing. And, you know, I know that is draining. You don't mind doing it. You don't have a problem doing it, but it's draining. So I want to check on you, see how you're doing. And sometimes, and it's good when we do that consistently, you know. So maybe if you can get you a book or a journal or something to keep up with it, because I know everybody's busy. But, you know, this week I checked on Agnes, Curly, and Shonda. Next week I'm going to check on, in a couple of days, I'm going to check on Carol and Coach Ricardo and Brady. And some days after that, I'm going to check on Anita and Anastasia and somebody else. So, you know, it might be only one person you can check on at a time. You know your schedule, what you can do, what you got going on, but, you know, we can check on each other, stay engaged. So let's just all want to be better, be lifelong learners as we go on, so we can, you know, stay the best that we are. Make sure that those that are around us are not in need of anything, they are lacking, and they are not calling out and letting us know that they need that help. But we are so in tune, and we are listening, and we are hearing, and we are understanding, so we are all in for them. So let's get better at doing that. And I think we'll have an edge on everybody else, excuse me, in 2022. So check. Can you hear me now? I hope I enlighten you on some of the things that you can do differently in 2022 to make your life run smoother and help someone else to be better. So please like this page, like this video, share it with someone that you think it could help. I would really greatly appreciate it. And remember those events that I have coming up that I mentioned earlier on Tuesday it will be Tuesday the 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Educators Chat with Irene Case. of Dallas, Texas. She'll be on with me. And then on next Saturday at 9:30 a.m., Carol, Anastasia, Anita, and myself, Chucks for Pearls and Earls will be on next Saturday morning at 9:30. So tune in. And then at 11, I will be showcasing the gift that keeps on giving. So I will be showcasing my book, my services that I offer, along with some other people, gifts that, you know, don't always just go away. And I mentioned earlier, you know, you buy somebody a dress or something, they may like it, they may not, they may wear it a while, they go out of style. But when you have things like book or self-development and things like that, that keeps giving, because that's something that's helping long range. So that is something that I will be doing again this Saturday. Excuse me. So at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you can join. And if you have something that you would like to showcase on the show as well, please give me a call, send me a message, or whatever. You can email me, text me, call me, whatever. But if you would like to showcase something, and we won't be on long, only 2 hours and a half, and we, you know, we can be in and out. And please share this word with everybody. So it's just a quick thing to, you know, come on, listen to what's being offered. You know, if they want to make a purchase, it's great gifts for anyone. You know, the book is very helpful. And then, hey, what a great gift to give a young person that they wouldn't get for themselves is a series of coaching. You know, a young man, he needs help. He's not going to get it on his own. I can coach them. Find out what the cost is next week. As well, we will be having drawings, giving away free items. So tune in then. That's 11 o'clock next Saturday. So I'm busy next Saturday. But thank you again for tuning in. And if I can be there for you, let me know. And on that, Irene and I, we will be talking about 1, 2, 3 goal. GOAL, 1, 2, 3 goal on Tuesday. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And remember, as you travel on your road to being a better you, there will be pitfalls, destruction, detours. Don't let any of those negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe out there. And I hope to see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Thanks, Shonda. She said the book is great. She's read it. So spread the word. Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.